fresh wash and go feels though. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Yeah, so I took a little bit of a break from doing curly hair videos last week. Look at my lens. It's gone. Wait, I need gloss, don't I? Back to it. As I was saying, last week I took a little bit of a break from doing curly hair videos, but she's back. She's better than ever, and I've got a really cool, exciting video for you guys today. It's important, and I haven't even explained what the video is yet. I'm just telling you it's important. Good. Let me actually introduce what the video today is. Okay, today's video we're going to be talking all about hair porosity. Hair porosity is basically how open or shut your hair cuticles are, and I'll also be explaining why it's important. I'm actually going to be doing a few tests so you can see exactly what your hair porosity is, and then once you know what your hair porosity is, we're going to be going through how to work with that type of porosity hair and the products you should be getting and what you should be doing to cater best to your porosity levels. Personally, for a long time I always saw porosity levels popping up, and I guess being in the curly hair community, I do get a lot of questions asking me what's my hair porosity, how do I deal with this porosity hair and stuff. And I, for a while, was just like, oh, I can't be bothered looking it up and researching. But I've researched, I know the facts, I know the things, the science. Yep, the science. I actually do think that these tips will make a massive difference in your hair. Hair porosity is basically how open or shut your cuticles are in each strand of your hair. There are three kind of levels. You can either have high porosity hair, medium to normal porosity hair, or low porosity hair. I'll be focusing mainly on high and low today because medium, it's just like, you're cool, you're sweet, hair's doing good things, you know? And put some like diagrams for you guys. High porosity hair looks like this. It's when your cuticles are super open. And signs of having high porosity hair without actually doing tests is if your hair soaks up product and moisture real quick, girl. So say you wet your hair and in 10 seconds it's dry straight away already. So basically your hair sucks up moisture and product really quick because your hair follicles are so open. Also means that your hair might get super tangled easily because the cuticles tend to kind of tangle up together. So that's another sign. If you have super damaged hair, you normally do have high porosity hair. Now with low porosity hair, it is quite the opposite. It means that your follicles are super closed. Your hair follicles or cuticles or whatever. I'm not sure if it's actually cuticles. Hair follicles are super closed, as you can see in the little diagram. This means that product you put on top of your hair does not sink in well. Normally, if you're using thick, heavy products, it's just gonna sit right on top of your hair and not actually be absorbed into the hair follicles very well. This means in the shower, or if you spray water on your hair, you would notice that beads kind of sit on the top of your hair, or they like drip. High porosity hair goes, oh my god. Okay, she's fine. Wow, that was a smack. That was big. Idiot child. High porosity hair goes, and low porosity hair just goes, I'm not sure. It just stays on top. It doesn't, nothing soaks in. It goes, I guess. So, low porosity hair means your hair will probably take ages and hours to dry. Ages and hours. Also, you'll notice that you can't color your hair easily. So with high porosity hair, you know, it's gonna soak up the color well, but with low porosity hair, it doesn't like to soak up anything, let alone dyeing your hair. So it's gonna take you a really long time to dye your hair. I'm actually going to test my hair porosity now with these three tests that I've seen floating around YouTube. First I'm gonna start with the cup test, because we can look at the results after. Basically, the cup test is like, if you drop a little strand of your hair into the water, if you have low porosity hair, it's gonna float because it's not absorbing the water. If you've got like, is this dirty? Your hair floats in the middle, you're sweet, it's good, you know, you got normal porosity hair. But if your hair sinks right to the bottom, then you have high porosity hair. Now, this test isn't extremely accurate, and the reasons why is because, you know, it can depend on the water temperature, because water, if it's cold water, it kind of like seals up your hair follicles, or if it's hot water, it opens them up, or if your hair's got product in it, it can change it. We're still going to try it out, and I would suggest if you are trying any of these tests to figure out what your porosity hair is, I would suggest doing like at least, I would suggest at least trying 3 tests just so you kind of can average it out. Anyway, I'm going to take a little strand on my hair, put it in, and you're supposed to leave it for about like 4 or 5 minutes. And another test you can do is spray some water on there and see if it beads. I don't really want to do this, but I'll do it just for sake of YouTube. And you can see my hair is beading a lot and it's not soaking it up. The one you can do is it's kind of called the strand test, not sure. You get a strand of your hair and you kind of, can you guys hear this? That's weird. My hair does that when it's like squeaky clean. Oh, my hair's still wet, just letting you know. You kind of like run your fingers up and down your hair, and if it is really soft and smooth, that most likely means you have low porosity hair because your follicles are closed. But if it is kind of rigid, bumpy and bumpy, that probably means that you have high porosity hair because your cuticles are open, therefore they are bumpier. Show you. Well, it's kind of hard to show you, but anyway, my hair is it's like half is left on the top and half is synced about halfway. So I'm guessing my hair is more normal to low porosity rather than really, really low or really, really high. I think it's kind of in the middle. Let's get to how you can treat your porosity hair. If you found that you have super low porosity hair, these are some tips that I think will definitely help you style your hair a little bit better. Hot water or heat, and I'm not talking like searing, straightening your hair, don't do that. A little bit of heat and warmth for your hair is actually best. That warm water will be better for my hair to rinse in, just so it can kind of open up the follicles as much as possible so that moisture and product sinks in a little bit better. So yes, definitely try to keep using heat and warmness. Also, when it comes to deep conditioning, that will be your best friend. Deep conditioned your whole head and you're about to leave it now for 30 minutes. I would try and get like a hot soaked towel, like with hot water, your hair in that, because that will be amazing. It will really condition your hair, open up your follicles, and let all the moisture sink in as much as possible. Really good for us is cleansing your hair well. Because your hair follicles do not open up and product sits and builds on the top, you will just keep getting heaps and heaps and heaps of product build up, and your hair will be so oily and so heavy really, really quickly if you're not cleansing properly. So if you're sticking to like a no poo method, personally I don't stick to that. I like to use shampoo. I even use shampoo with sulfate sometimes because I know my hair needs a really good clean. So make sure you are cleansing really, really, really well at least once a week. Okay, the type of products you want to look for. Do not get products that have protein if you've got really, really, really low hair. So you want to try and find products that are protein free. There's heaps of places you can go to look up products that are protein free or products specific to your porosity hair type, and I'll link one of the websites that I love below. And you want products that are super, super light. So you want to stick away from heavy smoothies, creams, balms, and butters. They are not your friend. I would suggest that oils, really light oils, like avocado oil, things like that are going to be best for your hair in the bottom. So I would use avocado oil, and then I would go in with a light gel or a mousse. So I would stick to things like that rather than these thick, heavy butters. Also, style your hair when your hair is damp, not when your hair is super, super, super wet. Because when your hair is super, super wet, your follicles completely closed, and you putting product on is just going to create build up, and it's just going to like cling around the hair rather than soak into the hair. Those are my main tips for styling and managing low porosity hair. Now let's move on to my tips for styling and managing high porosity hair. Use cold water to rinse your hair off in the shower. So for like, obviously no one wants a completely cold shower, but at the end of your shower, make sure you're like flipping your hair over or doing something and washing it with cold water last. This is going to close up your follicles, therefore, you know, product isn't going to like disappear when you put it in your hair straight away. You will want to layer your products. You'll use a butter or something you think will work, and it will just completely like soak in, and you won't even have any benefits from it. I would suggest layering it, so maybe use a hair milk, a leave-in conditioner and a butter or a smoothie, this is going to really help your hair keep the moisture rather than just sucking it all in, right? Because your hair dries so quickly, I would personally steer clear of diffusing your hair. Also, like if you're diffusing your hair on hot, so you're just gonna continue to open up your hair follicles and your hair will become super frizzy. I forgot to mention that protein loves your hair, so definitely use products that have protein in them, like the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Curling Smoothie and shampoo and conditioner. So yeah, this is actually super interesting. So it's really cool how knowing your porosity hair can really help the way you are styling and taking control of your hair, and it really affects the overall outcome and look of your hair. Super interesting for me because at first I was just like, ugh, smell, no one needs to know that, like whatever. But now I think it's gonna help you guys. So do this test and you might have to reconsider like your whole routine, especially if you're noticing that your routine's not working, right? Yay! Guys, I hope you've super enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for heaps more curly hair videos. Make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. It really helps me so much. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more tips and more things about curly hair. Yeah! I don't really know what else to say. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it? Bye guys, thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye guys. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Well, I won't see you, but you'll see me. I'm the worst. Bye.